Would like to present you some excerpts from a workshop that I did. It was actually the last workshop before the whole damn country got locked down. And the name of the workshop was Joy. The reason I called it Joy was one of the things I love about improv, or the thing I love the most about improv, is the joy that it gives me. Being with other people, having laughter and finding the ridiculous in any situation. It really does, for me, just bring me such happiness. I also work a lot with children, and I'm constantly amazed in how they can find joy in the simplest of things. So hopefully these little exercises will help you to bring a little bit of joy into either your own solo practice or your group Zooms, or eventually hopefully out in a park or even in a rehearsal room in the coming months. So enjoy! So the first activity that we did at the workshop was called Dance Like No One Is Watching. I really love dancing. I don't think I'm a really good dancer, but I just love the freedom that dancing around and just getting into the moment gives you. The activity that we did, it was called Dance Like No One Was Watching because I asked everyone to turn away from each other. Quite strangely for improv, because improv's all about bringing each other together, but I just wanted everyone to loosen up and just, move their bodies in whichever way they wanted to create a feeling of freedom, because that's the kind of thing that brings us joy. And you can do this in your front room. All you need to do is put on your favourite piece of music, and there's probably going to be nobody there, so you really can dance like no one is watching. Included in this workshop, I will share with you my Spotify playlist of happy songs, but I really recommend this one. Now that you've warmed yourselves up with a little bit of dancing, and you can go on for as long as you like, it really does rest the soul and just give us a little bit of joy. This next activity is called Stupid Stretches, and it's inspired by my love of yoga, particularly yoga with Adrienne, who has been an absolute godsend all this year, but particularly in lockdown. So this is how the game is played. So you might be in a circle with your group, but you could do this at home, or you could do this over Zoom as well if you were doing a virtual workshop. One person takes a pose. So something that might look similar to a yoga pose, but it can be anything. So, like so. The other players will then come up with a variety of unusual names for that particular pose. So for this one, it could be brand new leather handbag, or confused aphid, or hooked up, or something else like that. Once the person who's holding the pose then gets to choose what they would like to name it, so then they would do their special voice, their exercise instructor voice, and they'd say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, please, we're now going to do the brand new leather handbag on a hook pose. Please follow me, take the pose, feel the energy rushing through as you pick up that brand new leather handbag. Isn't it beautiful? And then you end. So this activity is really fun because you get a bit of a stretch, which is always good, especially if you're going to do a physical yoga workshop. It's ridiculously silly. Once you get into it, you start coming up with even more crazy names, and it's just a lot of fun. So enjoy Stupid Stretches. The next activity is called Guided Tour. This might be a little bit tricky to do independently, but if you're at home with somebody, I really recommend it. Or perhaps you could pick up a small toy or a teddy bear, or maybe even do this with your pet. So guided tour is where one participant is the leader and the second participant is the person being toured around the place. And you simply close your eyes. Now you can either take the person by the arm and walk them around the space that you are describing. So you need to describe the space, a place that makes you happy. So it might be a garden, it might be a park, it might be somewhere you've been on holiday. You need to very vividly describe the place, but even to the point of, you know, reaching down and picking things up, or touching the wall and feeling how rough it is, or breathing in the smell of the sea, and just taking that person around the space, describing to them everything that they see. A simpler version of this, if you're not mobile, is to take them by the finger and to finger walk them around. That's also good if you don't want to have, you know, too much physical contact with a person. And of course, if you're working with a pet or a toy, you can simply narrate to them this place. What this activity does is it really works your descriptive language. It is going to take your brain into a wonderful place. It's going to help your improv, because often we do things like scene painting, even your space work, you know, where things are. You could even challenge your partner to take you back around that space, perhaps adding on, so yes-anding and adding on extra detail. And then you can swap and your partner can take you to their place as well. So that's just a little fun activity. It's called Guided Tour. You can also use it in a teaching setting. So when I've used it at school, we use it to explore places in books, or you could even use a piece of art to inspire you as well. So, you know, give it a go, and hopefully you'll come up with some beautiful places. And it's a way of getting out of the house when we're all stuck indoors. When I planned this workshop, a lot of the activities I chose were things that I've done with children. And there was a real reason behind that, and that was that children are pretty free and they don't put sort of boundaries on themselves. They're quite open to suggestion, which is what we want to be as good improvisers. So I picked a few sort of silly children's games that I got the adults in the workshop to do. And it was really, again, like the dancing one, just to really loosen us all up and to have a little bit of fun. I think sometimes we forget about the voice when we work on improv skills. You know, we do a lot of physical work, a lot of descriptive work, but perhaps the voice is something that can be investigated. But this game is just really silly, and I'll lead it for you, and then you can have a go either along with me on this video or make up your own version and play it at home as well. So it goes like this. I basically say a little chant, say boom chicka boom, and then you repeat back to me boom chicka boom. And then I say boom chicka boom, you repeat back to me boom chicka boom. Boom chicka chicka boom. You say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee, aha, aha. One more time. And then I can change how I want to say. So this is great for teaching kids adverbs, obviously, but we can get into all kinds of different things as well. So we'll just go through a couple of rounds of it. So do join in with me on this video if you like. Okay, so 1, 2, say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom, say boom chicka boom. Boom chicka boom, say boom chicka chicka boom, say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee, aha, aha. One more time. Quietly. Say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom, say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom, say boom chicka chicka boom, boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee, aha, aha. One more time. Robotically. Say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee, aha, aha. One more time. Scarily. Say boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka. Hee ah. One more time. Operatically. Say boom, chicka boom. Boom, chicka boom. Say boom, chicka boom. Boom, chicka boom. Say boom, chicka rock, chicka boom. Hee. Aha. One more time. The end. So we come to the end of the workshop. I really hope that you had some fun doing some of those activities, or you've got a few to put in your tool belt. I recommend just having a little play around with them, adapt them, change them. That's how all the best improv games are made up anyway, usually by trying one that you know but slightly getting the rules wrong. Enjoy mucking it up, enjoy having a load of fun, and I really hope that you can find some joy even in these days when we're not able to be together. Get a few friends on a Zoom call and have a play with some of those activities, and I'm sure I will see you again. Thank you so much to Miss Imp for having me. Goodbye for now.